The member's time has expired. The question is that the amendment to the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Hinkler.
Well, thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I rise to speak in support of the original motion, moved by my colleague, the member for Herbert, Mr Ewan-Jones. The Bruce Highway is the single most important piece of public infrastructure in Queensland and in my electorate of Hinkler. And sadly, it was also the only Australian highway to be named recently as one of the world's most dangerous highways. The list of the world's worst roads was compiled by UK-based Driving Experience and includes the likes of the Trans-Siberian Road in Russia, the Nairobi-Nakuru Highway in Kenya and the Federal Highway 1 in Mexico. Also on the list is New Zealand's Skippers Canyon, and anyone who's been to Queenstown will be familiar with Skippers Canyon. It is a single-lane dirt and rubble track that winds its way along some of the sheerest cliffs you'll ever see. And that's what Queensland's Bruce Highway is being compared to. Covering a stretch of approximately 1,700 kilometres, the Bruce Highway represents less than 8% of Australia's national highways, but accounts for almost a fifth of the country's road toll. And as reported in the Courier Mail, the RACQ predicts that up to 400 people will lose their life on the Bruce Highway over the next decade if action is not taken. So that's why I'm proud to be part of a government that is investing in a road that was sorely neglected by both state and federal Labor governments. We've committed $2.6 billion more than was promised by Labor. The Coalition's Bruce Highway plan includes 16 existing projects and 45 new projects, bringing the total investment to $6.7 billion over 10 years. The package represents an 80-20 split between the Commonwealth and Queensland State Government, putting an end to the unproductive and politically driven disputes between the various levels of government. This includes major upgrades and realignments, flood immunity improvements, strengthening and widening type works. It also includes a range of safety measures to target crash black spots and to provide additional overtaking areas and rest areas. In my electorate, locals will share in about $1.1 billion funding for safety and black spot funding, including those overtaking lanes. $8 million will be spent to plan and acquire land for a heavy vehicle bypass near Childers. $103 million for the upgrade at Saltwater Creek near Maryborough will also benefit Hinkler constituents. And just last month, I turned the first sod on an $8 million federally funded project to upgrade the Bruce Highway, 3 intersections just south of Childers. More than 6,500 motorists, including many heavy vehicle operators, use this section of the highway throughout my electorate every single day. Expect to be finished by the end of the year, the works will cater for those growing traffic volumes, especially during peak periods. By extending the dedicated right-hand turn lane at the Lucketts Road intersection and installing traffic signals at the Goodwood Road intersection, and to cater for these new signals, the Butchers Road intersection will be also moved a short distance to the south to ensure safety is maintained. Now, the original scope of works involved the removal of a right turn access at the Lucketts Road intersection, in accordance with the 2010 coroner's recommendation. But after listening to the community, Mr Deputy Speaker, we came up with an upgrade that will maintain all traffic movements at Lucketts Road, while still achieving the desired safety outcome. The Bruce Highway is the major arterial connecting Queensland's coastal communities and the economic centres between Brisbane and Cairns. The North Queensland Roads Alliance estimates the Bruce Highway contributes $11.5 billion per annum to the Queensland economy, and the highway is routinely cut off due to flooding at up to 33 sites. The Bruce Highway 10-year action plan produced by the Queensland Government estimated that on average every year, 9 locations along the Bruce Highway are closed for more than 48 hours and 6 locations are closed for more than 5 days due to flooding. And if you're in the fresh food industry, 48 hours is a long time to be cut off from your markets. And the 2 major industries in my electorate are horticulture and seafood. And with no container port located nearby, a refrigerated truck is their only method of transport. The poor condition of the road is also damaging to the products themselves. Not only must they battle high input costs like electricity, weather, pests, weeds and diseases, but also by the time growers get their soft produce to market, strawberries and blueberries, they've also lost some of their profits due to potholes and washouts in the road. While not physically located directly on the Bruce, the 2 major towns in my electorate are both dependent on the Bruce Highway for access in and out to the north and to the south. Bundaberg and Hervey Bay and all of the smaller communities in Hinkler rely on the Bruce Highway for medical transportation, particularly during emergencies. Tourists flock to the region each year to watch whales and turtles in their natural environment. The condition of the road is causing unnecessary wear and tear on vehicles and caravans. And the busiest shop in Gin Gin, which is in Flynn, is the tyre repair shop, right? Every single week. Imagine what could be done to improve the Bruce Highway with the $1.5 million per hour we are spending on interest to service Labor's debt. Queensland and our nation cannot achieve our full economic potential without a safe, reliable and efficient Bruce Highway. So we are delivering on our commitment to upgrade important sections of the Bruce. And with any luck, within a decade, the Bruce Highway will no longer be referred to by Australian Automobile Association as one of the most dangerous roads in Australia. Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.
The question is that the amendment to the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Moreton.
Thank you, Deputy